Alright, welcome back to another special video. Before we jump into this, I do want to say it's dark in here because it's late, but I also want to say shout out to Nexon for giving me early access to this. Now, you might be wondering where I am. You might be a little intrigued by what's going on here. But if we turn this way, you're gonna see a little door. Mysterious. But then when you look over here, you're gonna see this. And then when I stop doing this, you're gonna see this. Pretty jazzy, right? Pretty jazzy. So with this, we got early access to the Astrologer update. I recorded the whole quest line. I'm gonna probably chop it up a little bit so that way not all of it's spoiled for you. But that way you can see kind of the progression of how you're gonna get the skills, what skills we're gonna get, because I do try them out, and then I'll do a little showcase of some skills at the end in actual combat. Mind you, they're all rank F because this is a test server. But anyways, with that, we're gonna jump right into the video. And again, thank you Nexon for being awesome. But other than that, let's jump right into it. Alright, with any new update, you know the main thing we gotta take a look at is the login screen. That stuff is always just sick ass artwork, and we gotta check it out and enjoy it for a second. Alright, this is important to check. You first log into Mabinogi after the update Thursday. Go straight to your mailbox because you get a blanded scythe to make your life easier. It's a little bit better than the one you get from the quest line. So do it. Just go and do it, okay? Do it. Now, if you also log in and you see that you don't have the quest line, it's going to show up under your skills, okay? But if you don't have it, go over to the quest board, click on skills, and then you'll be able to get it from there and start getting that new talent. After all these years, we get a new talent. That's so sick. I'm sorry, I'm low-key just like geeking out because like I love a talent that's infused with like combat and magic. That's got me excited. So with that, I summoned my new whale pet called the Rixie is the best and head on over to Nora to get this skill. Now, whenever we get there, she tells us that there's like this wandering dude and they wanted us to meet them and they're tenting out somewhere. So we go over and talk to them and it's a chill time. I'm not gonna lie, where this is like a test server and everything I do doesn't save to my character, I didn't really read it. I kind of want to experience it on live stream with you guys. But if you want to pause, you can read it. I'm just being real with you guys. Anyways, with that, we finished the quest, so I decide to go ahead and rebirth and see the new talent in like the menu screen, you know? And this class, I'm not gonna lie, it seems like it can get very in-depth. It kind of reminds me of the, what was it called? The Gambit system from Final Fantasy, or even, was it the Gambit system? I think that's Final Fantasy VIII, but then Final Fantasy XII had one as well. Either way, whenever you go to unlock Astrologer, immediately unlock all the skills before you start ranking it up, because there is crazy depth to this class and you're gonna need all the time you can to get used to it and learn it and customize it, because there's actually a lot you can do with this. So with that first quest done, we try out Astral Reeve, and it is pretty sick, okay? So it's like a little long range swipe attack. It's what I was assuming to be the default like skill, like you just go to quick cooldown. There's a chance for it to deal like additional damage too, anywhere ranging from 1 to 20% of your magic attack, which I think is pretty rad. It's kind of like a gamble, you know, reading the tarot cards type beat. So we complete another quest, we unlock a skill called Nova Blast, and it looks pretty prime. So for this one, it says deal damage equal to 400% of magic attack within a 4-meter radius. Deals additional damage ranging from 10 to 100% of magic attack, with a 10-second cooldown. So naturally, we tracked down a bear to try it on. I wanted to see how far you could use it from, and it's actually pretty sick. So you know the drill, we did another quest, we unlocked more skills. Now the quests are mostly just dialogue, so that's why I did not want to spoil it for you guys, okay? But here is the next skill that we unlocked. I kind of just took a screenshot and left it here for you guys so that way you could read it, because it is a lot, and why do I need to read all this? So as I'm reading the skill, the bear decides to absolutely throw a hand, so I have no choice but to pop off hot and just use the skill on him. And it's pretty sick. With that, we go on to get the next skill. Alright, unfortunately my dumbass did not hover over the new skill, which is called Meridian Sweep. It's essentially, you know, you hold the skill, anything in that long radius will actually get sucked up by, it's kind of like that one dual gun skill where you just like whip the pistols around and anything in like a radius will get attacked by it. This is the same thing, except it's like a large square box or rectangle that they have to be in. But with that, we move on to the next quest to try and get more skills, and they actually give us a little bit of a playroom to test out the skills on. So I'll just kind of let that play. It's this class is definitely, like, this talent is definitely going to take a little getting used to, just because I don't really know the skills and I was trying to go fast to get this video out. And like on top of it, why would I spend time making progress when none of this stuff's gonna carry over to the live server, right? But with a little bit of time, a little bit of investment, I can see this talent being really, really good, and I'm looking forward to the arcana that they're gonna give us, the Astrologer hybrid, whatever it might be, you know, Astrologer, you know, with, I don't know, lumberjack, or Astrologer with like lance. That would be sick. Alright, so the really cool thing is you get a skill that brings you to a new area, and it is so sick. I love this. This is probably going to be my AFK spot. It's just aesthetically pleasing. Now here comes the gambit system. There's this skill that lets you determine how your battle astrology talent will play when you start doing things in combat. Now, I am sorry for stuttering and mumbling and just kind of pondering my words, but this is hurting my head already. Yes, it might be hurting my head, but don't get me wrong, it is so goddamn cool. So you get the slot effect, so that way when you end up pulling a card from your tarot deck, you could draw one of these effects to happen, like, you know, pull all the enemies in, freeze the enemies, push them away, do additional attack, don't get rid of a cooldown on one of your attacks, restore 1000 HP and MP to everyone in your party. It is super crazy, and I just wanted to briefly show you it because it is overwhelming and I don't even have all the information to be able to explain this to you properly. This is something I'm gonna have to spend a week on just to fully comprehend. Now, we don't get just one new system, but we get two. So this one, you actually get to decide your deck of cards, and each of them have a specific effect and bonus. So the screen you saw before, this card building screen, this deck building screen, you could slot specific effects to each type of card, so that way when you pull that card in combat, you'll be able to get additional bonuses. I'm telling you, this is like information overload, but it is so goddamn cool. I love things like this, especially where it gives us like new avenues of power within a talent. We're not out doing another thing like Stardust, but instead we're just ranking up our skill, and we get this like deep menu building thing to power us up. It's sick. Alright, I decided to give Rabbi Phantasm a try just using the Astrologer skill, and you know, I'm intrigued. Popping off some of these skills, they feel good. But as I'm fighting, I don't really know what order I should be doing them in, because I haven't really used them, right? So I get trapped in the corner here a little bit, and I'm like, shit, how am I gonna get out of this? So I did rely on my combat skills, and you know, the astrologer skills do feel good. The only issue I'm having here is like they're rank F. they're not doing as much damage as they should be, and I decided to go into the deep end. Now, making my way over to this room, that's when I was like, oh shit, this isn't gonna be good. So let me try some AoEs, and I was like, oh man, that did not do any damage. So I'm getting smucked around by them, and I'm still like, yeah, I'm dead. Honestly, I'm actually pretty excited for this astrology talent. It feels clean playing it, and it feels really good. And I feel like if I didn't have all my skills rank F, it probably would have gone a lot better. But yeah, I hope you guys look forward to this talent because it's a really clean one. It has a lot of depth with the systems, and I can see people spending hours trying to min-max their builds just by slotting things differently within the skill menu. But yeah, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Nexon, the North American Mabby team, for hooking us up with early access. And I want to say happy holidays to everyone. If you made it this far, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.